YouTube, what's happening? Kuznets here with another video, and today I will be taking apart this VSS Venturas step by step, showing exactly which bolt goes where, and obviously putting it back together. Now, the main reason why I'm taking this apart is because this one specifically has a problem. So yeah, let's do this. Alright, so first thing that we need to do is pretty self-explanatory. I mean, this is the first thing you actually can do. But anyway, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take the cover apart. Then I'm going to take the barrel apart. Now the barrel, silencer barrel, there's a button right here on the bottom of the VSS. Now this is the exact same thing actually on the valve. Here, I'll show you the valve. This is my S valve, and here you go, same thing right there. Now, in order for us to take it apart, we need to know exactly how this barrel comes apart. Now, there's a trick to it. If you turn it the wrong way, you break the wires, period. No questions asked. So, listen to this. I'm going to tell it once and only once. You can repeat that in the videos as many times as you like. I'm joking. Anyways, this is how you take the barrel apart without damaging any wires. If you see right here, there are two notches. Now those notches are actually sitting inside a, let's put it this way, a canal that's inside here that it is attached to the receiver. So, since these two pins are here, the wiring is going right through here. These two pins need to turn that way, so you know that when you're taking it apart, you hit the little release lever right here, and then you turn this way. So in this case, we have a grip. Just turn like that. There you go. Put this aside. Now, as you can see, wiring right there, and this is the channel that I was talking about. Next, we're going to remove the hanger, which is the same thing. Push the button and just slide forward. Alright, next thing. So, it depends on the work we're doing in the actual rifle. We need to figure out, do we want to do work with the front barrel, so the front end, so the barrel, the hop up, or do we want to deal with the gearbox? So in this case, I will be taking out the gearbox because there is actually an issue with the safety mechanism. So if I hook up a battery, actually, I don't even need to hook up the battery. So, if you look at this right now, this is safe. Safe works. Put it to auto, start shooting. Put it back to safe. There you go. Once in a while, safe doesn't engage. Even though it's supposed to. Look on this one, safe. So this is exactly what we're fixing today. Now, in order to get to that lever, we need to take the stock off. So, next thing after that bolt, this button right here. Put this aside. Okay, next thing, the spring. Now, this bolt right here is a 1.5 Allen. 1.5. Undo a couple turns. That's it. Now, we pull the rod forward like this, and we take the springs out one by one. Don't lose the springs. Very important. That's your rod. Right there. And cocking handle, charging handle. Right there. So far we used a screwdriver, flat screwdriver, and we used a 1.5 Allen. Now, next thing. So in order to take the gearbox out, the inner barrel, which is this thing, or the outer barrel or the mount, needs to move forward. So we take a 2mm. And take a 2mm. Okay, undo these bolts. Now, actually undo this. Not all valves have that little thing. You take the wiring away, and then you have another two little guys. They are again 1.5. Take these guys out. There it is. Our barrel is now free. Now, next thing. Next thing we have I think this is a 2.5 Allen. Yeah. Okay, now in order to take the gearbox out, you got to be very careful. This is the reason why this selector is broken, because somebody was trying to take the gearbox out and they didn't know how, and they probably twisted it or bent it. I'm not sure. I'm going to look at the actual selector when I get to it. So first you got to lift it up slightly this way, and then we lift the safety up with the gearbox. And now we can start pulling the gearbox out from the front, then the back, then the front, and there you go. Don't lose the selector. Also, a trick to remove the wiring if required. If the gearbox is in, I'm not usually worried about it, but if the gearbox is in, turn the hop up, and the wiring slides out on the side easily, just like that. quick note about the LCT gearbox for the VSS. This is called the LCT V box. The reason why it's a V box is only because of the motor mounting. The motor mounting and some of these engravings. For instance, right here, they literally just took off some metal. They took off that and that. This is where on for instance, a regular version 3, your selector plate would go. So all I did is just shave this off, shave that off, and that, so that this whole thing fits into the receiver. The reason why this here is shaved is that so this selector right here, this is your semi to full auto selector, can change your positions. But yeah, pretty much that's it on the gearbox itself. Everything else is just like on their regular AK version 3. Alright, I don't think the barrel is gonna be in my way. So here you can clearly see there is my problem. Problem fixed. Luckily, it was just a little screw right here. Okay, now we're going to put it all back together. We're going to make sure that the hop-up is okay. Yep, hop-up is okay. Alright, to put the gearbox back in, so first thing we do is we put the wiring through. Just like that. Now, before we put the gearbox in, I usually slide the motor first. Then I put the selector lever. Just like that. Next, we lower the gearbox. Now flip. And this is where the tricky part is. So, the selector, sorry, the safe mode goes up and over the gearbox. You engage them together. At the same time holding the fire selector. And with both pushing the gearbox in and moving the lever. There you go. Voila. Now we can secure the gearbox back in. Now I don't tight this until I'm done. Okay, so barrel wise, this is how I make sure it's properly centered. I take a magazine Now this magazine in this case has BBs in it. We are going to be using the BBs. I put the magazine in, just like that. I take my Allen. Next, I put my little guys right up front here. Don't tighten them too tight, except these guys. The front guys, just make sure they're snug, not over tight, snug. These guys, very careful, very careful. They're so tiny, especially this Allen. This Allen is only 1.5 mil. It's not a lot. Okay, carefully put the wiring back in. Remember, the wiring is very, very, very thin here. Okay, I'll put this back in. Now, after this is done, so this is tight, now I tighten that. Okay, now we can put the charging handle back in. So charging handle goes first, then the rod. Make sure you remember which way it went. Looks like this way. Okay, you push it all the way through, just like this. Now you put the long spring. They're usually two springs. One is short, one's long. Long spring goes right here. And then just push the rod right through. Just like that. Now you take the short. And you just push it through. Same thing. I got a misalignment here. There we go. Okay, I keep some tension right here, and then I tighten the bolt. Just like that. And you can see right here, oops. Okay, now we can put the hanger back in. Now I can put the cover back in. Okay, confirming safe works. Okay. I push as hard as I can, nothing happens. I'm assuming it works. Now putting the stock back in. Very careful. Okay, this is the most crucial bolt in the entire build. If you screw this up, you need to buy a new cage. A new motor cage is about 36 USD. So be very careful with this bolt. It needs to align 100%. Your stock needs to sit 100% in its place. Put it carefully in. I usually like to take the smallest screwdriver I have and just carefully poke it. There, I caught it. Now I tighten it. Don't tighten it too tight. Like literally with 2 fingers. 2 fingers is what it takes to tighten it. 2 fingers and patience. That's it. 2 fingers. I'm done. Now I get some safety glasses. iPro is always required when handling with live airsoft firearms. Let's put it this way. Okay, safe works. We could put back the suppressor. Now suppressor, again, very crucial, only goes one way, only turns one way. So 2 notches, there's a cutout right there. Just like this. Push it all the way down. Press on the little release. Again, push it down. And then turn. That's it. Voila. Perfect. There you have it. This is how you disassemble and assemble a VSS. Mainly, honestly, let's put it this way. Here you have a VSS and a valve. They're exactly the same. They pretty much get disassembled exactly the same. There is no difference except the stock and except the actual grip itself. Otherwise, pretty self-explanatory. If you know how to disassemble one, you can disassemble the other one, no problem whatsoever. I hope this video helped you. I hope I can make another video like this for different type of build. So next video is going to be on what's inside the gearbox, and there I'm going to be covering pretty much everything that's more internal and doing the mods and showing what and where can go wrong. Otherwise, this is it for this video. If you liked it, please hit the like and subscribe. Check out my Instagram. Check out my team at team.kgb.network. Check out our sponsor's website, stumblotactical.ca, and I'll see you in the next video.